All right, Tyler's already pissing me off. Matt's already jinxing the pod.
You're farting at the beginning of the pod.
Yeah, that was a fart. That was my mouth.
That's what they all say.
Mouth fart? I don't know. Okay. 82-0. 82-0.
Actually, I'm gonna change it real quick. Did you listen to Toucher and Hardy this morning?
No.
What do you mean? You're taking over the pod? Great. Go
Real
for it.
quick.
This should be good.
So Toucher and Hardy, I think they have like 2 interns or something, and they found out that there's this like.
Hold on. Let's stop there. Did you not think? Are you surprised that they have interns?
No.
They probably have like 5 interns, but go ahead.
No, it's whatever. And so they.
Nah, it's whatever.
They basically got this device that is tracking the amount of time.
Oh my God, I heard about
during
this.
the day.
I heard about it. They did it to the interns because I thought they were going to do it to the guy that goes out.
I don't know if they're. Well, that's where I was like, I don't know if they're interns or not. It's this one dude, Nick, and then this other guy that I don't know who he is or what he looks like or anything.
What's his name? Is it a Hispanic
Nick is
name?
definitely not an
It
intern.
sounds like an Hispanic name.
Yeah, there's a guy that is hilarious that goes around that used to for Toucher and Rich, rest in peace, for that show.
You're talking about Adolfo?
Adolfo.
Adolfo.
Is that
yes.
Italian
Yes,
or is that
yes.
Hispanic?
No, I think he's Hispanic.
Okay,
Yeah, I think
so Adolfo used to, this guy's hilarious. He would go around and interview drunk girls outside of Red Sox
Pink
games.
hat.
And it was amazing, the content that he got, because he was like, just, first of all, I think he's a very unassuming guy.
Well, I think he's very not intimidating.
Right.
Yeah.
And so these girls are like, hey. And he's like, well, can you name some players? And they're like, no. And he, like the whole thing, like, but he, like, I won't do it justice. It was really good. I did hear about this. I heard earlier, like a week or 2 ago, about how it was probably going to be. They were trying to get, they wanted to get Zoe to do it.
And this morning they got delivered, and I was listening this morning, and it was
So wait, hold on.
absolutely
Explain it again.
hilarious.
It's a device that listens to your farts?
So it's a device that you literally like put.
This is
within
like
your,
low
put
stuff.
within your. I know, but you put within your underwear, right under your.
I was
taint,
wondering where you're going to go with within.
And-
Right under your what now?
under your taint.
Okay.
And,
Do you know why it's called that?
The Devil's Landing
I
strip?
do not.
Because it taints your balls and it taints your butthole.
Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. I had to ask.
It's a grundle. Some people call it a chode.
From under.
Yeah. So all of those.
Don't even start with it from under. My wife hates
Um,
that. I'm like, what? She's like, what's your favorite cheese? I'm like, from under.
Hot start.
She's like, from under what? From under my balls.
All right, so there's a listening device you stick to your
So-
taint to listen to your farts.
Yeah, so it tracks your farts, and you have to submit pictures of your meals. And so that was kind of the big concern for Nick versus that other guy. Is that other guy they're assuming?
You have to submit your meals?
So there's,
oh, that's
they're submitting
dirty.
pictures of their meals. Well, because then it helps track the study where it's like, all right,
It's
well,
not. It's
he
a sports
farted
radio show.
55 times. Well, it's for the study for whatever the like research lab. that
Oh,
they're
so it's like a
working
scientific study,
with. Yeah,
not like
it's an actual.
it's
Scientific
not for
study.
shits
Yeah.
and giggles.
Yeah, and so that's where like
Oh, here we go.
I'm not gonna do it justice, but
course.
basically, Toucher was saying how there's not like a specific way that you can track like why someone is farting so much or why they're super gassy. Like they wanted to get more exact, and this is the way that they think will work. And Toucher found out, and he's calling it the summer of farts, and he's making them submit their pictures. And if it says like, oh, they farted 45 times, okay, what did they eat? Did
Over
they
what
eat?
period of time are you farting? Like, I'm
being
glass
dramatic.
houses. You know what I
Well,
mean? But
but-
45 times.
Right. So then you look at that and be like, that's concerning. And then you're like, okay, well, you had Taco Bell for lunch. You had a McGriddle for breakfast. And you then went back to
Does it
Taco
count
Bell for
farts on the
dinner.
toilet?
No, because your underwear isn't on if you're on
Yeah.
the toilet.
So this is
I
these
have-
are-
So it's a little rigged.
what happens if it's a shart? Is that a fart?
Is that additional points?
I don't know.
What
I
if,
have a lot of really deep questions.
I have
need
some
to ask you
questions
about
too.
You'll
this.
have to- you'll
Let's
have
see.
to- you'll have to-
This could be the whole pod.
You'll have to call
This
me
might be the
tomorrow.
whole thing.
I'm turning myself up.
Good. I don't know which number you are anymore because
I'm
there's
4. I learned.
There you go.
earlier.
Well,
There
you
you
are
go.
you are this week.
Is that
Next
good?
week you can
Are
be
you
anything.
good?
Yeah, it might be 1 next week.
You good, princess?
I'm fantastic.
I have 2 questions. If it's for science, do you have to turn in your underwear? Do you have to wear tidy whities and turn in your underwear?
Do you have to wear the same underwear every day?
So we know what? No, God.
Well,
So we know-
it's also environmental, right? Like if I'm in the office, I'm not going to be farting nearly as much as if I'm at home.
Are there rules of like you just got to let it go? Like
They-
don't
they-
think about it.
They didn't outline any rules, but I'm assuming if you work at 98.5, you're probably just letting them go.
I feel like I would have. Well, I don't think so. I don't think that's
in a sealed room.
Dude,
I think that's frowned upon.
I think it's a bunch of bros. Hearing what Zoe, I mean, Zoe is different, but hearing what Zoe does, I think it's just a bunch of bros.
dirty frat boy.
Zoe's.
It's a dirty
I
frat
love
boy.
Zoe.
I heard he was like clipping like toenails.
Yeah,
at a
because
table.
Zoe is to the point in his life where he's like, Zoe's getting a little older. He's got a little bit of the, and I'm, by the way, when I don't know exactly how old he is. He's probably not that much older than me, but when I turn into an old man, I'm going to lean into I don't know what I'm doing. Like this, like Seinfeld's uncle. Do you remember that, Matt, where he's just, shoplift things and then catch me, be like, oh, I'm an old man. I don't know what's happening. That's going to be me.
What do you guess he is?
63.
58.
Oh God, he's not that old.
Yeah,
he's way too young to be clipping.
That's what I'm saying.
But he's the voice of the Patriots. He's not going anywhere. He can do whatever he wants. Like
that's a difficult. Okay, we're gonna like really jump all.
Well,
over the
I
place.
mean,
that is a slippery slope to be on, man.
Yeah, I mean, he can't like go assaulting like
Everybody loves
underage girls. That's not what
No,
I'm saying.
and
but
there's no reason to think he would. Like he seems like a decent guy, even though he does do. He
does some outlandish stuff.
I do not think he is good.
He
I
takes
think
some liberties.
Not a good announcer.
Yeah,
that's
I
because
know
you're not
Matt's
from
never
here.
liked Zoe.
No, because he
he's the
steps
best.
all over the other guy. I forget what his name is.
Bob Sosi.
Bob Sosi.
Bob
Sosi's
Sosi's
good.
awesome.
Bob Sosi's really good.
I think they're awesome together.
But Scott Zolak steps all over him constantly.
That's very true.
Maybe,
but I like Zoe.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's where I'm biased.
What's the name of the Red Sox guy that went to I could see his face?
Jerry Remy?
No, it was Remy and the guy who went to
shoot.
to the Padres.
He was awesome.
I can see
They
his
were
face.
awesome.
They were the best that Boston's ever had.
Is that the pizza?
I like
called?
Brick. Oh my God, how am I forgetting the guy?
Don Orsillo.
Don Orsillo, Jerry Remy would start, and people would be like, "Oh, well, you can't do that during a podcast." I was like, or during a broadcast, and I was like, "You absolutely can do what they're doing." Which is, they would see something in the crowd, or they would make a mistake, and they would literally laugh through an inning.
Yeah,
like they would be like
The pizza one was hilarious.
Orsillo would struggle to get out like that was a strike, and like just dying, dude.
Well, I saw one where this guy like accidentally like grabbed this girl's boob, and they had such
lost their
a hard
mind.
time.
They're like, oh,
keeping it together, like through a full batter. They're just laughing.
Yes, but you know what the pizza thing was, right?
Yeah, of course.
Oh God, that's
it's
like
so funny.
If you're one of our listeners outside of Boston, there was a game.
If you're our listener,
Yeah.
singular.
Yeah, not counting.
I think
not counting
Joe-
Teddy, who grew up in Boston.
Yeah, I think Joel knows.
But there was a situation at the ballpark where someone threw a slice of pizza at someone else. I don't even know what they were upset about, by the way. Like, it was a foul ball or something.
Yeah.
It was like maybe they didn't make the play or something, and someone
Didn't make
threw
the
a
play.
Sal's slice of pizza at their head.
And if you're not from here, Sal's Pizza is a very big slice.
All right, here we go. You know what? I think a little background.
Get back to the farts.
Yeah.
So what was the point of this fart story?
There was really no point.
They just think it's funny.
Yeah, they just think it's funny.
Well, I think it's funny.
and I think they're tracking it through like these two dudes, and obviously like I like it because sometimes in the morning with them they'll do stuff with music, and I just can't follow it at all. And so this was wicked funny. Like my immature mind was like, this is awesome.
Well, we have a saying in this also house that farts are never not funny.
Yeah, they're not.
They're always funny.
They are. Yeah, I think they are.
I have an issue in public when people fart that I have a hard time like keeping it together, and I'm gonna have to figure that out as I get older, because I can't be older and like laughing at somebody in public.
I will say,
keep it together.
Your mother, my wife. Sorry,
they're least funny on an aircraft.
Oh
Yes,
God!
very true.
Although they're even that funny.
They're still funny, but they're least funny on a craft.
Even that
Coach
turns
bus.
funny because I don't think it's true. Oh my God! A coach bus is worse.
I'm just used to being.
But like there was one thing on an airplane where I don't know if this is real, but someone all of a sudden yells out, "Whoever's doing that, please stop!"
The best is when you look around and you just see people going, "Oh,
Yeah. My wife, your mom, she has such a low bar for humor.
Yeah.
That like anything with farting, and she will start crying and like just laughing without being able to breathe.
Yeah.
Like for example, I know it's not farting, but Me, Myself, and Irene.
Oh yeah.
When he breaks his nose and he whistles through it for about like 15 minutes, she can't watch it.
Oh, dude,
I swear to God, she can't
myself
watch
through that scene every time.
That's an underrated movie.
Yeah, it's really good. She cannot. I'm telling you right now, she will get up and leave the room because she knows like what's gonna happen. Like, I have maybe curveball question here, and I think Matt's thinking it, so I'll ask it. Is there like a little vibration when the sensor goes off? Does it vibrate? And
Are you asking for a friend or?
And does does the study end and Adolfo's maybe like, oh, we can keep going?
How does it attach? Is it to your underwear or is it to your skin?
Underwear.
What if you don't wear underwear? Just asking for a friend.
I don't wear underwear.
I don't know. I think it
tape it on.
I think it maybe comes with a specific
it's
underwear.
Just a choice of terms.
Who knows?
Interesting use of terms.
I should know. But yeah.
Dude, there are so many things to go here. Adolfo's pushing him out at this point.
Yeah, I already know.
It feels so good. It feels so good.
Eating beans out of a can.
Yeah, they just see the pictures of Adolfo just sending pictures of beans every single time for dinner and lunch.
I just imagine it being like a beeper-sized thing down there, and people like being at an ad meeting. And all of a sudden you hear.
They said like places you can't wear it, and it's like security checks. Airports.
How do you explain that?
And it said specifically.
They've seen weirder stuff. I guarantee it.
It said.
They definitely have.
Exercise and specifically cycling, and
I
everybody in
imagine.
the studio was like, "Oh, of course."
That's
Yeah.
I mean, that would rule me out immediately.
Oh, of course.
But how do you like?
You would be out.
Exercise just
You're
done.
Peloton.
I mean, if you're in a golf swing, you give it that little extra oomph, like you want to calculate or capture that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I disagree with the exercising part.
This is the other thing. Like, it feels like it's just a food shaming, lifestyle shaming exercise for these two guys,
When you're running, you get that extra boost, like
right? Like, so now we know.
yes.
I think you don't exercise.
For people that have actual like gas problems, I guess it makes more sense. But for like these two dudes, it doesn't make any sense.
Would you like? How would you approach it? Would you go with I'm just going to be normal? Would you completely change your diet to be like, oh no, I always eat like this? That's what I would do,
dude.
I would be like,
you would feel disgusting, dude.
Do you know?
Oh my God,
would ruin your body.
But it would be better than the alternative of everyone knowing that I have a bacon, egg, and cheese from McDonald's, which I don't. But if I had, if your eating habits are terrible, like they were at points in my life, are you going to be like, yeah, no, I rolled out of bed, I got 2 McGriddles. And then later on that day, I had a Big Mac.
So you make it worse than that?
No, I wouldn't make it worse. I'd try to make it like, oh no, I had grilled chicken and green beans for dinner, like I always do.
They did say that they can't do that and I think they chose this kid Nick because they know that he doesn't eat well, and so they're like, you can't just start going on a diet.
At that point, I lean in. But
see,
Nick at that point, I'm eating broccoli with everything.
A very serious heart issue, and had had to go get heart surgery. He was found in his bed. Yeah, this happened a couple of years ago. His girlfriend, now wife, found him in his bed where he pooped himself, which Toucher loves to say every single time he brings this up. So I think he actually eats pretty well now.
Okay, interesting.
Well, that's good. I was going to say, now the guy who's got a health condition has got to eat McDonald's.
My assumption was that he didn't because they were so focused on do not change the way that you eat. And I was they probably think that.
Have you ever not eaten something because it gives you gas?
No, I could care less.
Is there a specific food that does give you gas?
As I've gotten older, I don't do the peppers and onions at night. I can't. I feel bloated and I just can't. And it's not farts for me. It's burps. I have a bad habit. And
dude, your burps stink. Dude.
I have a bad. Well, everyone's burps stink, but I have a bad habit.
Everybody loves their own brand.
Since COVID. I don't know what happened, and my daughter it drives her nuts. We will be out in public, and I will just burp, and she's like, "Dude, what? You can't do that. You can't do that." I was like, "I'm pretty sure I just did. I'm pretty sure it's okay."
Yeah. You're not supposed to hold those in. That's not healthy.
It's not healthy. I thought we were in the trust nest in the tree.
Yeah,
where everyone took care of each
safe
other.
Zone.
Yeah, safe zone. Mental health. Right?
Yeah.
What about my mental health, Amaya?
Yeah, Men's Mental Health Month.
Is that this now? Was that now?
Yeah, I think it's also Pride Month.
Okay, what's
both your months?
Well played.
Zing.
I'm not homophobic, so I'm okay with that joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me too.
I know you are. All right, that's a great start. 82. I was gonna say it was 82 and 0.
Yeah.
I will get into that briefly. 82 and 0 is the website that I think a lot of people have heard of at this point because it's kind of gotten some buzz.
Blown up, yeah.
Someone got it. They did it on the Levitard show. Dan Levitard.
Yeah, and they did it on.
And he went 82 and 0 on the first thing, and I was like, wow, he must be really good at the game. And once you play the game, you're like, a lot of this is luck.
Yes.
Not a lot of it. It's all luck.
Because you get down to your last position,
slots.
and you're like, okay, I need a shooting guard, and I just got the Charlotte Hornets in the 2010s, and I don't even know if they had any guys. But there are some teams who are like, oh, they have no one. Yeah. Like, there's a Minnesota era where the best player is Al Jefferson, and Al Jefferson was pretty good, but I'm like, I'm not going 82 and 0 with Al Jefferson at center. Like, that's not going to happen. Like, so 82 and 0. I don't know who's behind it. I don't know what the algorithm is for judging these things because I came up with a lineup that was absolutely absurd, and they still lost 5 games. You're going to pull up the lineup I sent you, right?
Yep, I'll pull it up right now.
It's insane.
So it was your 76-6 team, right?
Yep.
So you had James Harden when he was in Houston in the 2010s, which I
Those
believe...
Those MVP seasons, right?
Yeah, you had an MVP when he was in Houston.
Yeah.
You had Clyde Drexler when he was in Portland. You had Kevin Durant when he was in Golden State.
That's not his. Kevin Durant was
still,
the best,
which is probably not his best year. Yeah,
but give me a break.
But no,
he's still in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And then you had Bird in the 80s.
Yep.
Yes.
Which is great because one thing that kept happening, and we did it a ton, honestly, at the bachelor party when any downtime we were all playing 82 now, is we'd get Bird in like the 90s, and it was like, oh, wait a minute, he sucks.
Did you get Jordan on the Wizards? That's happened to me.
No.
Wizards Jordan. I'm like, maybe.
Try it out.
Was he still the best guy on the team?
It was the program, not the player, man.
And then you had Moses Malone when he was in Houston in the 80s.
And Moses Malone's numbers are, that same team had, you won't remember Ralph Sampson, but he was an outrageous big man, and Olajuwon. Olajuwon was on that team, but Moses Malone had more rebounds per game, more points per game. Moses Malone was the guy before Olajuwon took over. If that team's not going, Bird, Olajuwon, Harden.
So compared to my 82 and 0 team was James Harden when he played in Philly, Steph Curry in the 20s, so his MVPs, and when he beat the Celtics, Michael Jordan in the 80s, Kevin Durant when he was in Golden State, so same as you, and then I had Kareem when he was on Milwaukee in the 70s. So that team was unreal, but that's where that is complete luck.
Of the role.
That was just like playing slots. And
you legitimately have 4 of the top 10 basketball players of all time.
Exactly.
In their primes.
Yeah. Exactly. And so that was the only way that I got to 82.
When I got the Pacers from 5 to 07 or whatever, I was like, and I'm done. Yeah. I was like, this team sucks.
Yeah.
They have a hockey one now. They keep adding one.
We got to do okay. So we've been
going. We can do a hockey one.
So we did 82 and 0. We've been going back and forth. Matt says I suck at this about 5 minutes into doing it. And I was like, okay. I was like, I'm just glad you're trying it with the NBA stuff. By the way, there's also 2 options. You can do classic and you can do high IQ or basketball IQ.
Hoops IQ.
Which is the one where they don't have stats. Classic does provide stats for you, which I kind of...
I didn't even look at the stats.
When you're getting... You didn't? When you got 60s Cavs?
Well, I'm sure.
Or whatever it was.
I
don't think it was 60s Cavs.
No, but that's where, honestly, anything with the 60s, I was like, get me out of here.
Yeah, get me
out of here. I would get gold.
Do you get a free roll on that, too?
You get 1 reroll. You get 1 reroll on everything, dude. You got to read. It's right there. It says reroll 1.
I really feel like we're in a really strange world where you're telling me you got to read.
Actually, so you get to, it's different. Very true. You get to reroll either the team or the era.
Well, the turns have been tabled, huh?
And turns have been tabled. But you get to reroll the team or the era, and that was the strategy that I was trying to figure out. Era.
Okay.
What?
I just didn't know if you said it right.
But my strategy.
You definitely did. By the way, that's one of those words that if someone says in your mind, you're like era.
Era.
I think Matt's got it right.
So I was trying to figure out okay, if I'm in the 80s and I have Orlando in the 80s, I'm gonna re-roll the team and I'm gonna try to get the Celtics. I'm gonna try to stay within that decade, and then same thing with the Boston Celtics. If I got the Celtics in the 2010s, I'm there's so many good decades of the Celtics. I'm re-rolling the era. That way I can get either Bird in the 80s. I can get maybe Russell way back when there was dinosaurs, and then I can maybe get Tatum in the 20s. Like there's a million that I could do Pierce in the thousands.
There's some trash options.
Yes.
I will say the Lakers are probably the best no matter what era you get. There's going to be someone that you can get. I was sneaky surprised by Houston. Houston has had a lot of players, man. Like, I think the Knicks are like that too. The Celtics, but like the Lakers are.
Yeah.
The Lakers are another level, I think.
There was the player that kept popping up for me that I kept taking was Bernard King.
Yeah.
It's just a dog on every team
Great
he was
player.
on.
When I would get the Nets in the 80s, which is not great teams, I had to take Tom Gugliotta. And I don't think people remember how good Googs was. Googs was the man, dude.
Coach now, right?
Is he a coach? I didn't even know. Just a good
Well,
player.
I mean, he was a coach. Sorry, I don't think he's a coach now.
What do you mean?
Never mind. Forget it. I'm just trying to contribute to the NBA talk. I can't.
I like the
I'm just
effort.
going to back up now.
It's never bothered Tyler making shit up. So just go for it, dude.
Dude, you just
I don't
gotta
know.
go,
Yeah,
man.
just go, yeah.
Say it with confidence.
Yeah.
People will believe it for 5 minutes.
Oh boy, yeah. Anyways, so we've been going back and forth about this for all weekend. Yesterday we started talking about like what the pod's going to be, and Tyler goes, "Yeah, we should maybe." Well, I'm like, we should do an 82-0 for the pod.
20-0.
And I said we should do an 82-0 for the pod. And he goes, "Yeah, we could do a 20-0 too."
Sorry, I spoiled it.
And I was like, "Dude, what? There's a 20-0? Like you have to know you're like talking to the old guys. Or at least I'm old, and let us know like that stuff is good." So we did. Tyler set it up. We did a 20-0, and this is, by the way, this is still the intro. We're at 21 minutes. I don't even think I'm doing the music.
Yeah,
Screw the music today. So we did a 20-0 where Tyler set it up so we get the same spins, where you get the same team and era. We did do one first, and we got Cleveland, I think 2 out of the 5 or 7 positions or whatever, and we scrapped that one. That was bad.
I think our best team had, 15-5 was the best team.
Yeah, it was not good. So again, it's what you roll, and you do have to be careful because you can get, like you said, Jordan with the Bulls is obviously very different than Jordan with the Wizards,
Right.
and that factors in. So let's get into it. Let's get into the 20-0, and we will talk about the finals. Ty has a whole Donald Trump thing he wants to get into. We'll get into later. But let's get into the. Did you get the errors, by the way, or we're just going to read the teams?
I mean, I couldn't say the years.
Okay.
For each one. I'll start with Matt. Matt went 17-3 with 557 points. He had Cam Newton in 2015.
You waited that long for your quarterback. That was later on in the process.
It was very later.
I was bummed.
Me and Matt did the same. We waited.
I was bummed that I didn't. I got nervous.
I wish I'd really waited because I'd re-rolled and then I got the Bills late. And I could add Josh Allen.
Yeah. But Cam Newton was
that was
the
an MVP.
That was an MVP.
So just for the record, I don't. We hinted at it. Yeah, that was. We hinted at it, and I didn't know that you could re-roll. So they re-rolled.
You need to learn how to read.
I do need. I'm
read, dude.
Hook it on phonics is for me.
Jesus.
But
the crazy pick, the nasty pick that Matt had was 1978 Lynn Swann. That's one hell of a pick.
I almost picked Terry Bradshaw, but I was like, you know what? There's going to be a better quarterback somewhere. Like Terry Bradshaw was
So here's something I did.
I didn't know if he was.
Well, I was going to say he won a lot of Super Bowls, but I wouldn't say that he was like, statistically the blowing everybody out of the water.
Okay, so I was right. Nice.
I
feel like he's more of a name than a player.
100%.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: I don't know who the judges are here.
Yeah, I don't know what.
So who'd you pick for quarterback?
I had Cam Newton in 2015.
You guys both had Cam Newton.
Yep.
I wish I'd waited. I think that's a great pick. I know that Josh Allen's a better pick, but you don't know that's coming down.
You don't know.
Right.
I think Cam Newton, that time frame is a great pick. And I took Bradshaw. And the reason was I was playing like any good person in this situation, you play to the judges. And I was not seeing a lot of good names. And the Steelers, I think, were 4th. Maybe that's what it was. Of all the players we're picking, and I started to get nervous. Like, I'm not going to get a quarterback, and so I was like, Bradshaw. People look at him and they see all the Super Bowls, and he's probably going to get more credit than he should. Not that he was a bad player. I'm not saying that. It was just just a different time. And by the way, one of the funniest human beings on the planet. I think that guy. Have you ever seen his reality show?
No.
He has a granddaughter that they're best friends, and literally. I don't think he's dumb by any stretch. I think he's obviously done very well for himself. But you do get the feeling from watching that he has all these daughters and his wife. You have the feeling that if people didn't tell him where he needed to be, that that it wouldn't work out. Like he would like he needs like a lot of like guidance and like you got to be over here. And then when he gets there, he just shines. Like he's just really good at what he does. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But the reality show is really good. So I took Bradshaw because I was playing to the judges. I thought they would look at it and say, Super Bowl rings, famous Steelers quarterback. That
No, it's the stats.
I know. Is it all stats?
It's all stats.
Who's behind this? Who's the Wizard of Oz for 82-0 and 20-0?
Gary.
Oh God, I hope it's Gary. That would make me so happy that if
he's up from Vermont making all of these websites,
just crushing Trulies on a
Noah
dry
Khan.
erase
Noah
board,
Khan, yeah.
a dry erase board, like all these things in the corner. It just says F Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah.
His face.
All right, let's go.
Circle in line.
Let's go to the running back.
So we all had the same running back.
Only one running back, by the way.
We had LT in 2003.
It's basically a fantasy format here. Like you're not picking offensive linemen. You can pick defense. We didn't.
Yep.
But it's basically a fantasy format. But only one running back, 2 flexes, and 1 wide receiver too.
1 wide receiver, 1 tight end.
I would like a little more. We could do a little bit more there.
I think so too. But
I'm sure next version they'll have different options like that.
So
it can't be hard to program once you've done.
It's funny. I thought you might have taken Phillip Rivers on that team. Did you consider Phillip Rivers?
I did not.
No.
Drew Brees was on that, right?
I saw
Drew Brees.
Damn it.
Yeah, it was Drew Brees.
Damn it.
But I saw LT.
Jim Harbaugh.
I jumped at LT.
Oh, well, he was like the fantasy god for like 4 straight years.
Yeah, you jump at LT, right? Like
Of course.
that might be the most no-brainer pick in the whole thing.
Well, I also think when it comes to running back is, especially if you know a guy like that has put up crazy stats, like you don't know if you're going to get a guy better than that's going to put up those stats. Like
right.
I think you'd be sitting there waiting like, all right, am I going to get like a Barry Sanders? Am I going to get like a Saquon, CMC? But like that's rare. Like you're probably not going to get those guys.
Oh man, can you imagine? Oh,
that was my 20.
That's what stinks about this game is you take a running back and you fill your 2 flexes. You're waiting on a tight end, and then like Barry Sanders pops up and you can't draft him. Like I had that happen in 82-0 where I got Jordan late and I was like, I can't even put him on my team. I don't know where to put him.
Yeah.
Tight end's the throwaway position, right? Like that's when you wait. Like I don't really like anybody here. I'm just going to pick whatever tight end's.
Unless I get someone that's like
Tony
no-brainer.
Gonzalez.
Tony Gonzalez in
Kansas City.
2004.
Yeah.
I think. Don't you want him in Atlanta?
I think you want him in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure you want him in
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Wide receiver. Steve and I went Odell in 2015. Matt went, at least within the wide receiver's position, Matt went Andre Johnson in 2004. Which Steve and I also had Andre Johnson in our flex position.
Yeah, Andre Johnson I thought was a no-brainer. Like
Yeah.
if you had a flex or wide receiver position, you were taking him. I took Odell before Andre Johnson.
Same.
If I'm setting my fantasy lineup, to be honest with you, I would have Johnson as the starter, Beckham as my flex, which is wild because Beckham was great back then. Both those guys like to fight DBs, by the way. Who did I remember? It was Cordell. Was it Cordell something?
Stewart?
No, that's
Wait,
not a DB.
trying to name a corner?
Yeah, because Odell Beckham used to fight Josh Norman.
Yeah, I love Josh Norman.
And Andre Johnson got into fights with.
Oh.
Where was Andre Johnson? He was at
Texans, Houston.
Yeah, I thought it was he was fighting the type. It must have been a Tennessee corner, I think. It was a big corner.
Cortland Finnegan.
Yep. They used to get in fist fights.
What a name.
That is a great name.
And Andre Johnson, Odell Beckham is very like.
Dude, Andre Johnson's terrible.
Mercurial. Can you say that word? Yeah. Mercurial. Can you say that, Tyler?
Sure.
Read that, bitch.
I can't. You're the one that taught me how to read.
At least you can write. That being said, I like Andre Johnson better.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
He was a killer, dude.
And yeah. And
he was almost like Megatron. He reminded me a lot of Megatron.
He was awesome. So he was making the roster no matter what.
Yep.
All right, so that was Andre Johnson. So
tight ends. Who did we get for tight ends?
Hold on, who did I have for my wide receiver? Because Andre Johnson was Beckham.
Beckham.
So did you take any other wide receivers?
Lynn Swan,
the ballerina, and I took
Steve Smith. I took Stephon Diggs, and then his other flex was Matt's other flex was LaShawn McCoy.
Buffalo.
That was a throwaway pick. I had to pick somebody.
Yeah,
I like taking running backs fantasy wise, but like it just wasn't there for me. Like those receivers were much better to me. Honestly, Buffalo Diggs though, right?
He might have been 18-2. I got to stop saying he. Matt would have been 18-2, I think, if he went Steph Diggs in that flex position.
Hey, why stop pumping up Steph Diggs?
Dude, he put up better stats than LaShawn McCoy.
Is he coming back to the Pats?
I don't think so at this point. Booty's at mini camp today. Gonzo's at mini camp.
I've been thinking that Booty's going to be the third receiver. I'm now thinking that Booty might be the second outside guy and Dobbs is the slot.
Yeah.
Every time you say Booty, all I can think of is
Booty.
I wish we had the drop for it.
Did you see the memes about Booty and if they were trading him?
No.
They were saying that like I'd see a report that would pop up and I'm waking up at like 5 a.m. and I see this tweet that I'm like barely awake for. And
Subtle brag right there.
Yes, a little brag.
When I'm up at 5 a.m. taking my alpha brain and eating raw protein,
dude. And so I saw this tweet,
chugging mushroom coffee with honey.
I saw this tweet that I saw this tweet that it was the Patriots are trading Booty, and then the like bottom of the tweet, so you have to fully click into it, says Mike Vrabel actually sent the wrong Booty to Atlanta, and now Atlanta is stuck with Diana Rossini.
Dude.
And I was like, this is never going to... It's going to be a joke forever.
There's an AI thing with Vrabel and A.J. Brown.
And, where they took the pictures of him and Rossini?
So, no, it's A.J. Brown. I didn't watch the whole thing. It's Vrabel at his desk. A.J. Brown comes in holding a book that he's... Like the Patriot Way or something that he's reading, obviously. Subtle joke there. And he says, hey, man, thanks for trading for me. Thanks for giving me away from those tush-push assholes. And Vrabel looks up. He goes, yeah, I know all about the tush-push just off the field. And I was like, oh, this is just going to go.
This is why this is not.
It's not even like creative or funny.
There's force.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah. There's too much.
Yeah.
People with too much in their hands, and like this technology makes it too easy to do things.
Now this AJ Brown thing is going to have a great peak. And then it's going to crater and not.
Matt,
no,
I don't believe it. Do you not listen to Tyler?
I don't believe it.
Do you not listen? This is almost 100% safe.
It's 1,000% safe.
Unless
just like a cut price is 600%.
Unless it's like a World War III or something like that. AJ Brown is a lock to not only put up big numbers but be a model teammate.
Dude, this is just as safe as that little submarine that went down in the ocean to see the Titanic. It is the exact same type of safe.
This is
was that the Odyssey? What was it called? I forgot.
What was the Odyssey?
Crushed tin can.
The crushed tin can.
This is terrible, and I feel bad for those families. But like all of the recreations of that they did were so terrible. Of like, this is basically what happened. And it was like just everything imploded on itself. And there was, if you were any kind of meat inside of this, you were gone. It was like, oh, dude,
worst place to go.
That's true.
It's pretty much instantaneous.
Well, it is instant once it happens. My understanding they were down there and there was like, oh, we've lost control and this is getting bad and it's starting to feel like we can see a little pressure going up here and they're like, okay, let's go back up now and boom. So I think there was a little bit of a
anticipation.
Yeah, where this is
when's it going to be? When's it going to
be? Oh, yeah.
How about now?
And I just can't imagine like there's things you can do when you have that kind of money, because you had to spend a ton of money to get killed like that. You had to spend a lot of money to do that.
It's like going to space.
And
would you?
Oh, in a heartbeat. Once my kids are older.
That's it.
In a heartbeat.
Once my kids are
your kids don't. I'm going to tell you right now. I have like kids that are a little bit older than you. They don't stop needing you at 25. They're not going to stop needing you at 35.
Yeah, but if I'm gone,
I'm at 26.
they'll be okay.
Actually, your kids will. Mine. As a matter of fact, I'm going to need you not. They don't need me as much as they need you, so you can't go to space. Sorry, I'm glad we worked that out.
Let's bring everybody with us.
This stuff fascinates me.
Yeah, true.
Like I think there is like, and all I'm thinking of right now is Along Came Polly. Like you have to weigh risk, right?
Yeah.
And like you want to have experiences, and I get that, but like at what point, where do you draw the line? Like people who swim with sharks, I'm like. There hasn't been like unless I'm crazy, there hasn't been a major accident with like that kind of activity. Was there?
There's been a third shark attack in like 2 weeks in Sydney.
But not in the...
No, like people just on the beach.
Yes.
Well,
so that happens.
They're in the water, but...
You just got to bonk it
sharks
on the nose.
Just like burrows through the sand. Sand shark.
My mind is racing right now. Now all I want is Tyler to do a series of videos of how he protects himself from wild animals, and every one of them it should be: if you ever encounter a black bear in the wild, just bonk him on the nose. If you ever see a shark coming over on the beach, bonk him on the nose.
You know how to protect yourself from an alligator, right?
Bonk him on the nose.
Well, if it's on land, you zigzag.
Yep, that's
And
true.
if it's in the water, you
Because straight line, they will run your
thumb
ass
right
down.
in the eyes.
Damn.
Really?
Thumb
Not
right
me.
in the eyes. That's assuming that you have
Again,
like
what is
your arms, like,
happening? Why do you know that?
Because he's
why
done
don't
it.
you?
By the way, I wanted a better reaction from you. I thought I got a pretty good one from him about the Steve Irwin Sports Center commercial. That popping back up on my timeline was unbelievable. Where he's walking with, I can't remember who the
Wrestling the Florida Gators.
He's like, he's
And then he
walking.
gets his ass kicked.
He's like talking, but he's talking about how he should be on Sports Center. He's like, me just wrestling these Gators would be great. And the guy's like, okay. And then all of a sudden the Gator,
It's on the elevator. He
Yeah.
hits the button. He's like, "Oh, stay back! Look at this beauty."
and then he tackles him, dude. It's so good.
But the
No
best part is the
response.
mascot wins.
Did you even watch it?
I didn't even know you said what
Oh
day
my-
did
it's
what
so
day
good.
I
did you
swear
send
you
it?
just ignore me.
What day did you send it?
Tuesday.
Yeah.
No. Bad day.
Pick a day, dude.
Bad day.
Every day's a bad day. Do you check your Instagram? I sent you a lot of stuff on there.
No, dude, you can't send it on Instagram. Gotta send it on text. I don't look at my Instagram DMs.
Anyways, that was a great one. I don't know why you know this, and I also want you. I think you need to sit down with people before you start going to space.
What? How do you not want to go to space?
Yeah.
It's
Zero gravity.
Is it kind of like Interstellar? Is that what you're thinking, Steve? Where you're like, oh, you just left your kid, and then actually, I pretty much just spoiled the movie, but you left your kid, and then
that movie came out 20 years ago.
I was just someone look up when that movie came out. I don't want to ruin Titanic for anyone, but at the end, the ship goes down.
came out in 2014.
2014. Awesome.
10 years.
Awesome.
Oh man!
If you haven't seen it in the theaters yet, no, my concern isn't that.
But that you would come back and like your kid would be like 95 years old.
That's not. No, it's Tyler.
No.
What?
I'm not worried about the fabric of time. Although that it's science,
That's
all
a
that
legit
science
thing.
is fascinating to me. It is a legitimate thing, and it's fascinating to me. And all that movie is unbelievable.
Is that technically time travel?
I
Would it
think
be?
I think it kind of is, right?
Right?
Well, I mean, it's all relative, right? No pun intended.
Someone
Yeah,
told
no,
me.
true.
Oh, actually, Dan Comer, he was one of the producers for the McShay Show, told me that time travel is possible. I think to go back, but you can't go forward. There's one they've worked out the science of it that you can go one direction. Like not that
Like
they
the
can
band?
do it, but not that they figured out how to do it. But like theoretically, it's possible to go one way across the timeline, but not the other way. Have you heard anything about this?
No, well, I mean that kind of makes sense, but the whole point of relativity is that it's about speed, right? The
Right.
faster you go, the more time dilates, and so
So
technically
would be
we
the way
time
you
travel
could do it.
all the time. We just are going so slow that the time travel is so negligible it doesn't exist.
Okay, I can't handle that.
I
This
feel
is- your
like
daughter's
we're
doing this to me.
I feel like we're a Joe Rogan podcast now.
No, like I get in the car. Dude, I ever tell you the time I was somehow got caught in the minivan with Matt's daughters, Maddie and Emmy, and they started like hitting me about facts about space and about black holes in particular, and about like
Oh yeah.
a mass. And,
Dude, it's
and
so sick.
by the end of it, I was like, I need you to stop talking because my feeble mind is collapsing on itself right now, and I don't understand, and I need to be able to get out of this car and think that gravity still exists. And they were like ruthless.
I got
about telling me
a great YouTube video to send you guys. You'll enjoy it.
What hurts my brain is when you start talking about like 13th dimension, like, you know, there's 1 dimension, 2 dimension, 3 dimension, 4th dimension being time. Then you start getting a 5th, 6th, 7th, and I'm like, that makes no conceptual sense to me whatsoever.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
That's where watching Interstellar just like broke my brain.
Okay, so here's getting back to that. No, the fabric of time is not my concern with going to space. My concern is safety. There is just another, I think it was a Bezos rocket or a Musk rocket that just blew up.
On the launch pad.
You are still, and they've gotten way better at it. And what they did with Artemis is like insane. And what they are doing with Artemis is insane. And they should continue to do that. I think there's something about that for mankind and about when you're doing that for science and you're advancing things like that. Like I have nothing but the respect for those astronauts who are risking their lives to do this. But make no like mistake about it. These guys are like really, and women, these men and women are risking their lives.
Oh, 100,000%
to further science, right? You are still strapping yourself to, I don't know, what is it, 2 tons of jet fuel?
It's way more than that.
Whatever it is. And they're like, okay, ready, and lighting it. That's basically space travel. Like, that's how you're getting there.
It's awesome. Dude, well, it
is awesome.
It is awesome. You need to watch Project
Hail Mary. To be honest,
Mary.
it's the coming back that scares me more than the
coming back
up.
is very scary.
Okay, fine.
But
you're proving my point.
But what you're talking about right now is we own the movie. You need to now watch it. Is Project Hail Mary?
I watched it.
You did?
Do you want to get into it now?
Sure.
Okay, so I watched Project Hail Mary. For those who don't know, and that's probably everyone.
Steve's wrong, by the way, immediately.
Oh, wait, you know his take?
I know his book take. I don't know about the movie take.
It's the same take. Okay. I mean, the same thing. And by the way, the movie tried to gloss over it a little bit. You and I both know that. You and I both know that they saw what I saw, and they were like, we're going to tweak this a little bit, okay?
They listened to you?
Did you watch the whole movie, or did you watch half? Because you are on my...
I watched the whole movie.
You're on my account, and you and Gabby watched half of it, and then must have watched the other half like 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you do that?
Here's the thing.
It's a long story.
Sure, we could talk finals basketball and finals hockey.
No.
Who cares?
We're good.
Okay.
Project Hail Mary. We'll talk about that at the Bones.
Project Hail Mary, written by the same guy who wrote
Martian,
which is an
great,
unbelievable movie, and I'm guessing an unbelievable book. I should read the book.
You should read the book
because
you can't read.
I should listen. I should listen to the book.
It's the movie, but with like 18 more problems that he solves.
Yeah, like Contact. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah, it's a fantastic.
Did you read
movie.
the book?
Yes.
My understanding is of the book. There's like 5 other astronauts they don't even talk about.
I don't. It's different than the movie. I don't recall what the differences are.
Love that movie. But anyways,
you said Contact.
Kim makes fun of me for that movie. I
really?
love that movie. Yeah.
It's not as good, by the way. I like that movie. It's not as good as The Martian, and I would argue not as good as Project Hail Mary.
That's fine. I just think it's a fascinating premise. That's
Contact?
I think it's so
premise.
Cool.
Yep.
And Jodie Foster is an amazing actress and pretty much good in everything.
And Matthew McConaughey is a pastor, which is funny. I was like, this guy's not. I mean, come on, he's not giving.
James Woods is a senator.
He's not giving up the ladies for his life. James Woods was in that movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he turned into a prick.
You think?
Yeah, real prick now. Project Hail Mary. This one actually is in theaters. We're just spoiling this.
No, it's not. It's back. It's now streaming. So
if you haven't seen this,
here's your spoiler alert. Turn off the podcast.
Joel, Ted, BK. If you guys haven't heard this,
if you guys are still listening,
any of the kids too. We've been swearing a lot lately. I think the moms might be taking the
Give
kids
your
off.
take.
Okay, here we go. Project Hail Mary is. I thought Ryan Gosling was the only guy who could play Riley Grace. Which, by the way, is funny because you don't think of him as a good-looking guy in the book, but he pulls it off super well. Does really well. I think the way they did Rocky, the alien that he meets, super well done. I also loved the ship, by the way, Rocky's ship, and the way
that was dope.
The difference of the technology and how technology might develop. I thought it just glanced off of it, but it also didn't ignore it, and I thought that part of it was super cool. The science is so awesome about like what we need to do. And what was interesting to me is this isn't a global warming movie, which we've had so many of those. Like Interstellar is a global warming movie.
Right.
Interstellar's we're turning into a dust bowl. Like it's an environmental catastrophe. Yeah. This one is an environmental catastrophe, but it is about like the sunlight being stolen. It's a different take on it. I like that.
Yeah.
Book's super well written. The ending is a complete left turn from everything they've done and just plays on your sentimental strings and on your love for Rocky, and it just ignores so many scientific issues that it drives me nuts because this guy, one of the things that's great about him, what I love about him is, like Anthony Bourdain, great chef, maybe even better writer. And he was able to combine those things to bring something to you. And this guy's science you should be like out when he's talking about what they're doing and about certain tools they're using. But he's so good at writing and his pace is good.
He's
like
hilarious.
Even his chapters.
Funny.
There's a sense of humor to all of it. So you're not like, oh man, like this is just dense, nerdy crap. And that stuff's all in there, man. But there's also a funniness to it. There's also a lightheartedness to it. Like he's really good at that, but he doesn't ever, in The Martian at least, never turns his back on science. And unless I'm crazy, he does it big time at the end of this movie.
In what way?
In several ways.
Great. Lay it on me.
If you're a scientist and you are sending the 4 probes back,
The
right?
Beatles.
What are the percentages that those fail to get to the surface of planet Earth?
Well, they don't need to get to the surface of planet Earth. They just have to get to the solar system and notify them so they can go pick them up.
What are the chances that that's even more complicated? Now you have to go get them. What are the chances that you don't get one of those 4?
That's why they have 4 of them. That's the most simple. That's the most simple machine they've got.
100%.
Wasn't it more difficult for him to get his whole entire ship there than it would be for those probes?
100%. But that's why you send 5, and that's why you still send the ship. You send the probes. Those are and you design the probes to do that. You need every freaking fail-safe as a scientist of I know this percentage-wise that this is going to make that, but if they fail, the human race dies.
So you're saying he should have gone back in addition to the 4 Beatles.
Yes.
And he should have just left Rocky and the entire Iridian race to die.
Yes. 100%.
That's crazy.
So you would rather, because he's not going to make it back as a ship, because he has
what was he doing?
But
he doesn't have he's going to go crazy. He's all by himself. He can't put himself back in the coma.
Why is he going to go crazy?
Yeah, true. He can't put himself.
It is human. You cannot be alone for that.
Oh,
long.
You can't?
No.
Oh, okay. But you can do it with an alien race?
Yes, because you're interacting. You've got stimulus. You've got a relationship.
I don't agree.
Class at the end.
I don't agree, and here's why I don't agree. Even if you say that, even if it's here's my second point. Even if you make the argument that, and this is what they did in the movie that really pissed me off. If you make the argument that the conversations are enough, which I'm not sure they are. But if you make that argument, solitary confinement, even if you're not in solitary confinement,
cruel and unusual punishment.
Exactly. The confinements in the book, Tyler, are he walks out in the movie and he's got a freaking ocean.
Yeah, that's not
not in the book. And Rocky's running around next to him in the bubble thing. Not in the book. He basically has a house. And he can move around. He does not have a lot of space to move around.
Well, he doesn't have a lot of years left to live anyways.
Let me ask you something.
The reports afterwards was around okay, well, based off of where he's located, he only has a couple years to live there anyways, and he knows that.
So that might be true.
They can only provide so much.
And he did lay the groundwork of he has nothing here to keep him other than his students, which he loves.
And even there was some report about how that would literally be the only class of students he would ever teach.
But I'm not making that argument. I'm not making that he wouldn't have a lot of time on Earth. That goes to the other way. I get that. I'm poking holes. Okay. So yeah, I get that. I get that side of it. I do. Yeah. I do. What do you think he ate on that planet, Ty?
I have no idea.
He ate himself.
Yep.
They cloned him.
They don't tell you in the movie.
Meat burgers.
Actually,
they clone him, and he eats human flesh. Which, by the way, humans can't do without going crazy.
You can't eat the brain. You can eat the flesh. You can't eat the brain.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Just don't tell me, right?
Now, one of the reasons he doesn't go back to the world that they don't really address in the movie, but they do in the book, is he doesn't know what's going on politically, environmentally. He is worried the condition that the Earth is in at this point because of all we know bad things are happening. Right?
In the book, she really goes into hardcore detail about one of her she was a history major, I think, and she learned about what's going to happen to Earth, about how when resources become that rare, the haves are going to kill all the have-nots to hoard their resources, and you're going to just have unheard of war and famine and all sorts of things. So, sorry to interrupt. So he was worried he was worried about while he's gone, because he's been gone for 11 years or 14 years or whatever, how long it took him to get there.
Yeah,
he's worried that basically there's no Earth left to save.
Smart, very smart. That is a intelligent thing to look at, right? Now, the Iridians, is that their name?
The race is the Iridians.
The race, the Iridians on their planet. They are smart enough to create space travel. They are smart enough to go out there and try and figure out how they can save. They're smart enough to figure out what's happening to their sun. So they are smart enough to create space travel. They're smart enough to go out and whatever. But their political system apparently is so infantile that they just happen to, everyone's going to be happy that the humans here and we're going to create these things for him, even though there's no like nothing bad's happened on their planet because of what's happening. Like, what has it affected on their planet? What are the ramifications of you going back to their planet and them saying, you know what, we don't want the immigrant. Sorry, we don't. Some of us aren't really comfortable with this guy coming here. By the way, you know what alien races bring with them? Diseases. Do you think that they're going to risk wiping out their entire...
Well, that's where they had him in that little dome thingy.
I'm just telling you, man, there's a lot of things that are overlooked scientifically.
Hold on. Let me say something.
Tell me I'm wrong. You can't tell me I'm wrong.
Entirely wrong. But hold on.
If I'm watching a different movie, hold on. I'm psyched.
What I want to say is around just being a human being, and for him specifically, I did not read the book, but from the movie, he didn't have any friends. He didn't have any connections to anybody.
Correct.
He was just alone, and that's how he always was, and that's what the movie.
Well, he was actually, I think
he's a coward.
He has an ex-wife, right?
I don't think he does.
No, he had some.
I think he does have
somebody.
Yeah.
But they talk about how like he's alone. Like he just likes to be alone, and that's just who he is. But from there, and he only likes to work alone. Then he goes into space and ends up working.
Well, he works with kids all day. That's not alone.
He doesn't work with kids. He teaches kids. That's different.
He loves those kids. The way he interacts with those kids in the movie.
But he's alone.
But that's
he as a human being is alone.
There's difference between. There's a difference between
being... He has no like full-on connection. There's a difference between being a teacher and feeling connected to your student than it is being a human being and having a relationship with somebody. That is completely different. And for him being alone and not wanting to work with somebody on Earth, then goes to space, then meets Rocky, and him as a scientist meeting someone of another like alien race is obviously a crazy discovery, but then ends up building this relationship with him, then almost dies, and the whole mission fails, but then Rocky saves him while Rocky's about to die. They're building all this.
I got something else to tell you about that.
I'm still going. Building. Then from there, because I just go down the loophole after I watch a movie, and he would have known this, it would just be implied, is that Rocky was waiting there for 40-ish years, waiting for somebody to get there to be able to help him to finalize these discoveries. So if he knows all those things, he's been waiting here. He needs this help. He then has this connection with something that he's never had this connection with before. Why would he go back to something where he's alone and doesn't know what it's like back on Earth? Because instead, he might as well save a whole entire alien race, then go back to something that's not there, where he can still send probes, and he did. They'd get there.
I did, but there's no guarantee they get there.
They got there. But also as a scientist, knowing those
by the way, in the book you don't know they get there, do you? Oh no, you do. You do in the very end. There's like almost like a throwaway line of, "Oh, we found out your planet's."
Well,
okay.
he comes to tell him. He's like, that's one of the reasons why he goes to go.
But
see
dude,
him.
if you look at like the numbers of things and the odds of something happening, like I think as a scientist and you're looking at these odds, you're like, all right, I'm gonna play these odds out. Like especially if
what?
So that you get the discoveries there to Earth. Good, check, boom, done. All right, then also this alien race that I just became friends with and connected with, more than anything I've ever been connected with, I'm going to save his whole entire race, and I'm actually going to teach his race what humans are and what Earth is, and teach them all about our life and our lifestyle to better their, like, whatever.
Relations?
Their evolution.
Or the Iridian relations, that's what he's doing? He's an ambassador for planet
Well,
Earth?
I think you're missing, there's a theme about courage and being a coward in the movie and the book.
Okay.
Because he's a coward on Earth, because he ends up, like, rather than fighting for his belief in his science, he, throws a hissy fit and just goes and hides and teaches.
Fools.
Yeah, he just goes and teaches kids because that's easy and it's safe, and his kids love him, so it's really not a challenge or whatever. And then he starts to go through the whole process and doesn't really clue into the fact that he's like a major part of the Project Hail Mary. He's like, "What do you mean I'm the number 2? Like, I'm not the number 2 person." Everybody's like, "You're an idiot. You're the number 2 person behind Strat."
Yep.
And then he doesn't want to go on the trip. Like, she's like, "I need you to go," and he's like, "I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go." She's like, "You're a giant coward."
That was a nice twist, by the way.
And they have to trick him. Basically, knock him out and drug him to get him on to go.
Yep.
And then he gets there and he's had amnesia, so he doesn't remember that he's a coward.
Right.
So then he's like, he remembers finally, like, having the conversation about how much of a coward he is. And one of the lines that I like in the movie is Yao, the commander, says, "All courage is having somebody to be brave for," or something along those lines.
It's a great line.
It's a great line.
Great line.
Rocky is his person that he needs to be brave for.
Yeah.
And that's why he goes to save Rocky, because he's like, I can't leave Rocky. I need to be brave.
Great point.
For my own race to send the probes back, right? I need to send those probes back to that. But I also need to be brave enough to go risk going to Rocky and figuring I'm going to go die on Arid, the land of the planet.
That's fine. You're risking.
That's a great point.
You make a lot of good points, and I agree with you a lot. And
I like his
overall, I like this thing. But there's a couple. There's two things I want to address with you, and one of them ties into what Matt's saying. Is you guys are talking about odds. Tell me right now, if the odds are 96%, let's say 90, and I don't think they would have been that high.
That one of them gets there.
Gets into the solar system, gets retrieved, gets down to planet Earth. Like, what point is he within? Was he within striking distance where he can communicate with them? Like, what? All of these things. Stop, just for 1 second. What are the odds that you would feel comfortable? 4%. If you thought there was I
think anything over 50% is borderline 100%. It's going to get there. Anything over 50%, I'm taking.
This is why you bet parlays so much, dude. This is your mentality. This is your whole generation's mentality.
Anything over 50%.
This is why parlays are a thing. 50%. Give me a break.
So you're telling me that if anything over 50%, it would be harder to hit a baseball than it would be to get that probe in the solar system.
Yes.
So that's a percentage.
Tyler, when you're talking about hitting a baseball, you're talking about, am I going to get a guy on base? When you're talking about these things,
not get a guy hitting a baseball. This is the percentage of hitting.
Am I going to get on base or whatever?
It's harder to hit a baseball than it would be to get that probe in the solar system. That if it's over 50%.
I don't know why we're going there. Hitting a baseball is the hardest thing you can do in sports. Number one, number two.
But a probe isn't the hardest thing to get in the solar system.
We're not talking about that. That's like
anything over 50%.
That is a ridiculous thing to say, because this is what I'm telling you. If you're telling me that we're not talking about baseball.
We're not talking about baseball, but you said a specific percentage or the odds, and I said 50%.
In this specific situation, Tyler.
Okay, but if we just look at percentages overall, like if over 50% to get 4 probes into the solar system, I'm taking that. Over wiping out a whole entire race.
Let me finish my thought, because if you believe that, then it strengthens my point even more. Because if you're telling, this is what I'm going to tell you. If there's a 2% chance that my ship's going to make it, and it goes from 96 to 98, I would do it to save the human race. Forget the Iridians. You're not. I think there's a false choice here of you think I'm a coward.
It's already at 96%.
I think you guys are looking at it as he already saved the human race. And scientifically, if you're talking about a scientist, you're saying in that moment, yes, it happened.
I'm not saying he saved the human race.
Well, it's a moral argument.
He's setting discoveries.
Stop. It is very much a
moral argument.
Let me finish what I'm saying, okay? You think because we know the end because of the movie, we knew the end when the probes left the ship. We don't. We don't know. When the probes leave that ship, he's not certain that those are going to get where they need to go.
Of course.
And if you're telling me, I'll say this. If you tell me that it goes from 95 to 95.25% as a scientist, if I'm improving the chances of extending my race, the human race, of like making sure that life continues on the planet Earth, and it's a 0.25% chance, I'm doing it. That's what a scientist does. A scientist would do that.
I don't know, because then as a scientist, if you as a scientist you want to end up having the opportunity to have the most amount of discoveries, wouldn't you go to somewhere no human being has ever thought of
to
going?
Share with who?
Who cares? It's about your own life.
It's about
at that point you did your
science.
job. You did the mission. You did mission Hail Mary. You send those probes back, and then you go, all right, I'm having this crazy experience. It's the same thing back to what we talked about just going to space, is being able to see that for yourself. If I die, I die. I end up seeing space. That's a way to go out.
I don't care if
that is one of the most beautiful ways to go out.
If the choice was,
tell me I'm wrong. You do something.
If
no
the choice was
ever
just
be able to
his life, if it was just his life, and that's what I think everyone in the movie looks at it like, is that he just gave up his own life. It's cool. It's noble. I get it. I'm with you. I understand that. That's not my beef. Like, I get that. I think I'm 100% on board with that. But science is about, it's like evolving the human race.
Right.
That's what science is.
Of course.
It's to.
But you don't know if he ends up
no
going
one's there, it doesn't matter what you found
You
out.
don't know if he goes to Rocky and Rocky's race and he teaches them, and they clearly had a bunch of scientific discoveries that were farther than the
nothing
race.
political. Though.
Besides, nothing political. But besides, like things being radioactive, somehow they didn't know anything about that. But in terms of that planet, you don't know if he goes there and teaches them about his race and about Earth, and then they end up making that travel to Earth. Let's say the probes don't get there. They understand everything about Earth. They also then end up finding out everything that they need to know about this whole issue that's going on with the sun, and then they save Earth. Like, you never know if that's what ends up happening.
This boils down to this. You think the Iridian race is worth a 0.25, 2%, 3%, whatever that increase is to go back without going to save Rocky is worth a 0% chance for the Iridians.
Yes.
And I disagree, because the scientist is about life, right?
Yes.
It's about discovery and things like that.
It's about human life. You can't tell me how many.
Not true.
Hold on.
Biologists?
Let Matt
Biologists
finish
care
his
about
take.
animals.
They do, and
like
how many monkeys have they slaughtered to get where they need to get?
Well, how many humans have they slaughtered?
To get where they need to get, yeah.
Yeah. So that's my point. Like, I just think that there's a moral argument to be said that it's not worth the whatever percentage increase is to save the human race if you can also save the Iridian race.
I agree.
If you again, you're
2 for 1.
That's a big. That's fine. I'm not worried about winning. It's a big.
No.
risk
I'm
you're
not
taking.
saying. I'm not saying win. I'm saying that you end up having the opportunity to save both races.
Oh, I get you.
That's what I'm saying.
And I get that. And that would be great if we lived in La La World. But this is my.
We are living. It's a movie. You're taking draft day. You're taking draft day and putting it towards Project.
100%. But if a different writer, a different movie,
yeah,
I would feel that way. I would be like, oh, this is cool. This is not what this guy does. This is not The Martian. They wouldn't like in The Martian. They like make choices that are really difficult about like.
The only reason he gets saved in The Martian is because they do mutiny.
I understand that, but they do mutiny because they look at the chance of saving another human being, and like you guys are looking at this as another soul with Rocky, whatever. And I'll get back to this really point because now we're over an hour, and I if you haven't seen this movie, and I like people are gonna like, how does this happen? I'm gonna say this: don't and take whatever time you guys want. We'll hash this out really quickly. Don't equate Rocky saving Grace's life with Grace saving Rocky's life, because they were two very different things. And saying that Rocky would do the same if he was in Grace's shoes, it just assumes that we've made this Disney type character. If Rocky was going to save his family, like going to his planet to save whatever, would he turn around and save Grace? You could say yes. I think that's lazy. I think that's not really examining what the moral dilemma you would be in.
Rocky saved Grace because he needs Grace to save the Iridians.
100%.
That's the reason. 100%.
Grace doesn't save Rocky because he needs Rocky to save the humans. That's not the same thing.
I mean,
but Rocky is why he
did need Rocky.
It's his arc.
That's great. I'm glad that's why he's brave. I don't care. I would like to be able to go like get pizza on Friday night instead of watching my planet go boom boom.
I mean, what about Rocky isn't Disney though? He ends up going out there and ends up finding an alien race that looks like a little rock, and somehow he's able to figure out how to communicate with this rock, and this rock is able to then be able to speak in complete sentences.
The book does such a better job talking about.
There were some great moments.
So Rocky's so cool in the book.
One of the he is so cool.
But that's where it's like you can't throw down like Disney La La. He meets a rock that he's able to communicate with within like hours.
Overall, I like this movie.
It's a great movie.
And I thought the book was super well written, and I wasn't upset that I wasn't upset that I read it. I was like, and the guy writes another book, I'm reading it. Another movie, I'm going to see it. But I think there's an argument to be made here, and I think that there's something to be said here. And I will say that some of the things
there's no right answer. That's the great beautiful part of this.
But we don't even consider it. And
I did consider it, and I went the other way.
Yeah, I agree.
You did. You didn't.
What do you mean?
I will also say
my take
this.
is just fine.
Some things are better, it's played better, and I think some of it was because of visually. And the example I'll give it this than the book in the movie when Rocky eats. And Grace is like, oh, because they describe in the book, they're like, Grace talks about Rocky eating and how gross it is, and like what it doesn't do it justice, compared to what you see on the screen, and also the scene where Grace is talking about how Rocky can hear him wherever he is.
That part's
that's wicked.
Oh God, I was dying. You can't hear me right now. He's like, yeah, I can hear who you're talking to. Like, it's so good.
Who are you talking to? Question.
But anyways, that's our Hail Mary pod. That started off with 82-0.
Actually,
yeah.
It started off with farts.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the fart thing.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Yeah.
Actually, I love it. I'm good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Ty, you got anything else to add about how humans don't matter? Oh, let's get to your Trump take next time.
Hell yeah.